The main thing about all of this is that you felt as if you were going to be perceived to be a cold-hearted bitch. But you're not, like, you're perceiving yourself that way because you have such strong empathy and compassion and kindness. You will explain yourself until you're empty within your energy. You will bend till you'll break for others. So whenever you're faced with a situation where you have to do what's best for you because it's hurting you too much, right? There is this feeling like, but I want you to know that you did everything on your side of the street that you could have done. You've reached out. You've explained yourself. You've tried. You've banged on a door and been like, hey, hey, hey. And you just kept getting either like no response. The door kept slamming in your face. You tried over and over and over and over again. But it's your distorted perception. And I'm sorry, it is. Of you thinking that you're being some sort of bitch because you're deciding to move forward. You're moving forward because you've not been given a choice. If the energy was, if you are sitting here feeling like mixed signals or not action behind any kind of words or action or words at all, then what else are you going to do other than move forward, my love? Something about people pleasers is that whenever they have boundaries, they think they're being a cold-hearted bitch. But you're not. You were tired of getting your heart broken over and over and over and over and over again. So where you need to shift your perspective is the Queen of Swords and the Judgment in reverse. You think because you think that you're being some sort of cold-hearted person, or maybe that's the energy that something or someone is trying to distort around you to try to keep you stuck in this pain of this heartbreak for doing what's best for you, making you feel as if, or perceiving you as if you are a cold-hearted B word because you are moving forward, like karmic retribution, or not surrendering to the call in a type of way, not waking up. You're not waking up because you're not seeing that you're not being cold or cruel the way that the energy is trying to tell you that you are for doing what's best for you. You want to live in heartbreak pain land forever and sit here and explain yourself and explain yourself and explain yourself and knock on a door and knock on a door and knock on a door that nobody's answering or responding. No, eventually you're going to get sick and tired and you're going to move forward. So that is where I feel like your perception is just needs to be worked on a little bit. And it's, you know, like I said, people pleasers think that they're being mean and cruel, but you've already done everything you possibly could do to try to see if it would work. You've tried every avenue to see if it would work in some sort of way. So your intuition has led you here, right? Actually, if something is breaking your heart like that, right, what your intuition is telling you is that you need to, instead of trying with an energy that's continuing to hurt you or not reciprocate or not respond or not whatever it's not doing that's leaving you heartbroken, your intuition has been leading you to just place boundaries instead. But the thing about sweet empaths is that they want to keep trying and trying and trying and trying, therefore abandoning yourself and disrespecting yourself. So your intuition knows if this energy for some reason ever tries to come back around, instead of explaining yourself or trying again, it's a boundary in place. And that's going to be difficult because it's not, if it broke your heart, that means that it was your heart. You cared about this a lot. So intuitively, you know the boundaries are what is needed in place of the words, because sometimes there's just no more words. People know exactly. Okay, what you're moving forward from is a lot of greed and selfishness. This is. I think that you have rose-colored glasses sometimes because of how much, when we love something so bad or so much, right? My cat's got zoomies. We tend to bypass a lot of things, right? And we don't see things for what they really are. But you're definitely starting to. And what you see now, the clear perception that you have now, so you don't need to feel bad about this moving forward at all, or think that you're being a cold-hearted bitch for moving forward. You've actually stayed a Queen of Cups, is what I'm hearing. You have stayed anchored in your compassion, given the amount of pain this has caused you, okay? So know that. perceive that because you're so kind-spirited that this is so weird for you to have to do, right? What you're actually moving forward from is a ton of greed and selfishness that this was displaying to you. A ton. A lot of self-centered energy. Even energy trying to be too possessive, either with you or others, or whatever, or themselves. Right? There was not thoughtfulness within this at all, okay? What you're taking like rapid action on is massive self-love that has been getting you through this, right? That's gotten you to the other side of this, okay? This is like a lot of action that you have taken. You've been forced, it feels like, by the universe to do nothing but show your self-love through this because it was hurting you so much. You were like, I don't have a choice but to love myself because I can't keep feeling this crippling pain. I can't keep feeling this crippling pain. I think it hurt you more to move forward from this, but staying there, it's like you were screaming into a void and nobody could hear you. What actually inspired you within this is, I'm not saying that you felt like a failure within this, right? But the energy kept failing and kept failing and kept giving way. And within that, you were like, well, what else can I do? Nothing is working no matter how hard I try. You actually drew inspiration from the failure of the situation. Like when energy fails, instead of you getting lost in it and getting like depressed and lazy and apathetic and complacent with yourself, you literally draw inspiration from that. You're like, okay, well, if this isn't working, I've got to place my energy somewhere. And it inspires you to grab it. You grew a whole lot. This is growth as well, but it inspired you and put a fire under your ass to move forward. Really, it really helped you by you every single time. Most people would have just given up with that much of a failure within the situation, person, place, thing, or idea. But you drew inspiration from it, and that was your reason for like moving forward, right? And you grew so much as a person. You're somebody completely different. And look at this completed cycle. This was very painful ending. A lot of betrayal was in this, right? You have these ethics and morals set up that when somebody betrays you like that, like to that level and degree, there is no going back. There is no going back. I seen something on my For You page that said something about like if betrayal was forgivable, even though I think that you have found a way to forgive whatever yourself or others through this, right? I just want to go ahead and say this because they're bringing it to my awareness. If betrayal was forgivable, then the devil would still be in heaven or something like that. The devil and God would not be at odds. This was some massive betrayal because of who or what this was and how close your heart was tied to this, you wanted to keep like trying. Love your heart. You don't give up on people like that, no matter, even if they stab you right in the heart, metaphorically, right? But, you have been healing from that. When that's coming in reverse, that's an indication here that you have been moving forward. You've been healing. You've not been dwelling on the pain thereof, and you have completed the cycle. Once again, one of the biggest cycles you came here to complete, one of the hardest, I'm sorry, not maybe one of the biggest, maybe it was, but one of the hardest. It was not meant to be easy. It is not just, when people leave scars on our heart, it isn't some random stranger on the internet. It's somebody that we love more than anybody else on this earth. Scars come from the people that you love the most. But I'm very proud of you because this is one of the biggest and the hardest and the most hurtful thing that you've had to move forward from. And it is what it is. But you are, like I said in my last video, spanking new, brand new person with nothing but, this is basically kind of to go with my last video. But the new boundaries that you had that you've never even had before, not enough respect for yourself to place these boundaries, this has given you enough respect and self-love, massive self-love for yourself to finally place boundaries because you love yourself more today because of this situation. Maybe you love yourself, but not to the level, the degree that you do now. I love you. I'm very proud of you.